Hello and welcome. Today we're going to dive into a skill that is honestly a total game changer for any student or researcher. We're talking about mastering the art of the review article. We're going to break down exactly how you can turn a huge mountain of studies into a clear, powerful summary of knowledge. You've probably felt this, right? You're trying to get up to speed on a new topic, and you're just hit with this wave of information. With thousands of scientific papers published every single year, it's so easy to feel completely and utterly overwhelmed. Where do you even start? Well, think of a really good review article as your compass in that giant sea of information. It's the tool that's designed to help you navigate, to find all the key landmarks, and really make sense of the entire landscape of research on one specific topic.
Okay, let's get into it. Before we can even think about writing one, we need to be crystal clear on what a review article actually is, and, just as important, why it's such a cornerstone of the entire scientific community.
So at its core, a systematic review is a really structured and methodical process. This isn't just some casual summary you throw together. No, you're actively searching, you're filtering, you're evaluating, and then you're weaving all that evidence together to answer a very specific question. It's pretty much considered one of the best ways to integrate scientific evidence, especially in fields that are changing so fast.
So why go through all that trouble? Well, because review articles are incredibly important. For a researcher, they give you the theoretical foundation you need for a new study. For a student, they're seriously the fastest way to get your head around the breadth of a topic. And for everybody else, they keep us updated, they can answer practical questions, and they stop us from wasting time reinventing the wheel. All right, so now that we know why these things are so critical, let's get into the how. How do you actually write one? This is where you lay the groundwork for a truly great paper. Let's get to our pre-writing checklist and build a solid game plan. As you can see on our little roadmap here, these are your 5 key steps. First, you've got to define your purpose. What specific question are you trying to answer? Next, know your audience. Are you writing for experts or for newcomers who need a lot more background? Then, cast a wide net when you search. After that, you've got to choose your format. And finally, number 5. This one is the absolute game changer. Be critical. This means you don't just say Smith found X and Jones found Y. You have to ask why their findings are different. Was it their methods? The sample size? Your analysis of those differences is where the real value of your review comes from.
This right here highlights a key decision you'll need to make early on. Think of a mini review, kind of like a quick sprint. It's short, it's super focused, and it's perfect for grabbing the attention of busy readers. A full review, on the other hand, is a marathon. It gives you the space to go deep, to explore all the little nuances, and to cover the topic in comprehensive detail. Your choice here really depends entirely on your purpose and who you're writing for.
So once all your prep work is done, and you've chosen your path, it's time to start building. And the good news is, review articles follow a very standard logical structure. So let's break down the anatomy of your paper.
Here it is, your blueprint. Your title, it needs to be concise and super informative. Your abstract is basically your 30-second elevator pitch. And pro tip, always write it last. It's just so much easier to summarize something that's already finished. The intro sets the stage, the body is where you build your whole argument, and the conclusion delivers the key takeaways and points to the future. It's a really clear, logical flow from start to finish.
And this quote just brilliantly illustrates the single most important piece of advice you can get. This is the difference between a C paper and an A+ paper. You are not a machine just spitting out facts. You are a guide, weaving those facts into a story that makes sense and provides new insight. Your voice and your critical analysis, that's what makes the review valuable.
So you've written a first draft. Congratulations. That's a huge step, but you're not done yet. The final steps are what separate a good article from a published one. This is the polishing stage.
Here are some pro tips to really elevate your work. Take detailed notes as you read, including the full citations, page numbers, everything. It will save you hours of pain later, trust me. Always organize with an outline first. It's your best defense against writer's block. Get diverse feedback, maybe even from someone outside your field who can spot confusing jargon. And finally, discuss your limitations. For example, just acknowledging that you only included studies published in English shows critical self-awareness and honesty.
And you really can't underestimate this. After you've read your own draft a dozen times, your brain starts to fill in the gaps and automatically correct mistakes. A fresh pair of eyes from a colleague or a mentor can spot things, inaccuracies, ambiguities, inconsistencies that you've just become blind to. Feedback is a gift.
Okay, so your paper is polished and it's ready to go. Now for the final and most exciting step, finding a home for your article, and sharing it with the world. Let's talk about publication. You'll want to target reputable, peer-reviewed journals that actually fit your topic. When you submit, your article will probably be sent to other experts in your field for peer review. They'll give you constructive feedback on your methods, your analysis, your conclusions. Now, this isn't a rejection. It's a collaborative process that's designed to make the science stronger. You'll then revise your paper based on their comments. Getting published in a journal that's indexed in a major database like PubMed gives your work credibility and reach.
And that's pretty much the whole journey. I know it might seem a little daunting, but writing a review article is honestly one of the best ways to establish yourself in a field. It shows your expertise, your critical thinking skills, and your ability to contribute to the scientific conversation. It really can be the launchpad for a career in research.
So, the crucial point is you now have the roadmap. The tools are right here. Which brings us to the final, most important question. What's the one topic you know, or maybe want to know, so well that you could be the one to explain it to the world? Now go out there and share your knowledge.